Man, I hope this goes okay. I don't know if I have all the video settings right. Maybe I should wait and do this when I'm a little bit dressed up or something a little less casual. I hope that the words and everything make sense and that I don't have any trouble getting this to my website when I finish. I don't really know how to download all that stuff, so I hope I get all that figured out. I hope I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. I don't know. Oh well. Here it goes. I'll give it a shot. You can't depend on your judgment when your imagination's out of focus. Mark Twain said that, and boy was he right. When you do what I was doing at the beginning of this video, for me, I find my imagination, when it gets out of focus, when I fret and worry and allow myself to ramble in my mind with random thoughts, well, my judgment's not as good. I'm not as clear. I'm not as effective. I'm not as influential when I split myself mentally and emotionally between what I'm doing and saying. So I'd like to illustrate why letting our imagination get out of focus, Twain's quote, why that's so important. I'm sure you've seen the Verizon Wireless commercials. They're everywhere. They're on TV all the time. And there's always the Verizon Wireless guy in his repairman uniform, and hundreds of people who work for and with him are lined up. And they're always there, and their only role is to help the cell phone user stay connected. Well, I believe that each one of us have our own connection team. Individually, we have our own team of resources. I call it our universal dream team. And this universal dream team is listening to our requests and is answering them. That means everything we've dreamed, everything we care about, everything that is important to us is being lined up. The resources, the connections, easy pathways, happy, joyful life, everything that we've ever said we'd wanted, the universal team is working for on our behalf. But when we fret and worry, we get ourselves disconnected temporarily from the universal dream team. And so then we're disconnected temporarily from ease. And so through stress and worry, we lose connection to that good judgment. So Twain was right. Your imagination, when we let our imagination get out of focus, our judgment's not so good. Now, I think it's normal to fret and worry. It's normal at times to have concerns when we're trying new things or get uncomfortable. So I'm not saying we shouldn't feel that way, and I don't think that's what Twain meant. I think that when we do feel that way, if we can notice it and then work to move our thoughts to a better feeling place, we'll have clearer insight to our universal dream team and all those resources. So there are two tools that I use on a regular basis that I'd love to share with you. They are tools that are very simple, and their only goal is to help you feel better. And I find that every time I use them, I feel better. And as soon as I feel better, my mind is clear, and I get access to ideas and insights that I didn't have before in my less than connected state. So these tools, I want to warn you, like I said just a minute ago, they're very simple. And when you use them, all that'll happen is that you feel good. And for me, I find I use them on a regular basis, and it creates a more positive, more centered energy and vibration around certain topics or around my life in general. And they're tools that I credit for helping me build more Wake Up Eager days. It's a journey. Every moment is not Wake Up Eager, but I'm having a lot more Wake Up Eager days and moments as a result of these tools. So here it goes. The first tool is called appreciation. So we all know what appreciation is. I equate appreciation with love. So appreciation is loving what is working in your life. And for me, it's very powerful to write. So I use appreciation as a tool to practice optimism and to connect with these universal dream team resources and connect with feeling better about every day. So that involves writing lists of appreciation. I might write a paragraph, I might write 3 pages, but I always write until I feel better. Quite often I'll start with a broad topic and then I'll just write. I might get more specific on other topics. I never force it, but I do write every day, and I sometimes write 10 or 20 times a day, depending on what's going on and how active and forward-reaching I'm being at the time. So appreciation is the tool that every time I use it, I find relief and I feel better. And every time I feel better, I become inspired. I get some idea that I didn't have over here in this less than appreciative place if I was in that place when I started writing. It's like I move closer to my connection team. So that's the first tool. Because our imagination is where we last left it, we need a tool that will help us specifically move on specific subjects, move how we think and feel about subjects. So quite often, if you remember something from the past, how you remember it is how you last thought of it. So if you want to change your mindset or your focus and be more aligned, we need this second tool, and I use it a lot as well. It's also a writing tool, and it's called the focus wheel. And I have a sample that I'm going to put on the website so you can download it, but it looks a little like this. This is actually a printout on a computer, but I generally just take a blank piece of paper and I write my goal at the top of the page, and then I write comments or statements of things I believe around the edge of the page. And I'll read this one off to you in a second, but you see these little comments that are going around the circle, and what I'm trying to do is go in spiral fashion, writing comments and thoughts that I believe around the subject that is my goal, with the goal of finding relief and feeling better, knowing that as I feel better, I'm moving back towards my universal dream team and all those resources and insights and inspiration. So the focus wheel is basically a process that is focused on starting with something you do believe and building on it until it matches what you want to believe. So I said I would review this example here. At the top here, I've got my goal. I want to feel more relaxed about my next Toastmaster speech. I want to do a good job. So I'm feeling nervous. Let's say that I recognize I'm scattered or having random thoughts about my talk. And so I start with some things I do believe with the goal of feeling more connected or aligned, calmer, more self-assured about my speech. So my first little segment that I write here on the outside edge is, I want to do this. Toastmasters is a great place to practice. The group there is so supportive. I do want to improve. If this were easy, everybody would be doing it. I feel good about my topic. I've practiced at home, and that goes pretty well. I must practice to get better. This is the best place to practice. That's my dog, Oscar. If I don't practice, how will I improve? On and on it goes. If you notice the comments, there are things I do believe, and it's really the practice of soothing my mental and emotional state until I really believe it. And amazing, going around the focus wheel, how you really can focus your mind. So two tools, appreciation and the focus wheel. Twain said, you can't depend on your judgment when your imagination's out of focus. But I do believe with these two tools, as part of your process, you can get your imagination into focus. You can be, do, or have anything that you want. You have a universal dream team to help you get there. All you have to do is focus your thoughts one at a time. Thanks.